Government corruption has never been more prevalent or caused more harm. It's why extremism is on the rise. It's why the financial gap between the haves and have-nots has never been wider. And it's why our planet is at risk of an extinction level tragedy. That's why I need your help to keep exposing the truth about the rot on both sides of the aisle. Become a supporter or a friend of the show today by clicking on the coffee link in the description box below. Friends of the show join me on a Zoom hangout once a month, and you guys can ask me any questions you want, and I can get to know you better. But the most important reason to help is to keep the show alive. Together, we can and will save our country and our planet. Thanks in advance and enjoy the show. Everyone, welcome to the show. So new damning video evidence was just released to the media in regard to the Georgia investigation of Donald Trump's attempted coup. So I'm going to break this info into two segments to first bring everyone up to speed on the players and what we already know about their potential illegal activities. So here's the background on this portion of the Georgia investigation. Several months ago, multiple news outlets began reporting about investigations into a breach of election equipment in Georgia. In May of this year, the Washington Post spoke with the former election supervisor for Coffee County, Georgia. It's a woman named Misty Hampton, formerly Misty Martin. She admitted to the Post that she provided access to her elections office to some of Trump's allies and election deniers. It was also revealed that one of the people who she granted access to was a man named Scott Hall. This is a man who owns a bail bonds business. So, you know, when your election is in doubt, you want to get a local bail bondsman in there. You want to make sure everything's legit. Anyway, we also learned that the bail bondsman admitted, the Scott Hall guy, admitted in a secretly recorded phone call that he arranged to fly other people into Coffee County to review the voting equipment data. Hall also admitted that he was there when these people, quote, imaged every hard drive of every piece of equipment. And Hall said, quote, we basically had the entire elections committee there, and they said, we give you permission, go for it. Hall also confirmed that the people who did this, who took part in the actual breach and did the imaging, were, quote, the same people that went up to Michigan and did all that forensic stuff on the computers. They sent their team down to Coffee County, Georgia, and they scanned all the equipment, imaged all the hard drives, and scanned every single ballot. You know, absentee in person and absentee by mail. And Hampton, the former supervisor, she admitted to communicating with an elections board member as well, a guy named Eric Cheney, and she provided one of their January 6th text messages to the Post. So this was all being plotted while our Capitol was physically under siege. So in this text message, Hampton wrote to Cheney, quote, Scott Hall is on the phone with Kathy about wanting to come scan our ballots from the general election like we talked about the other day. I am going to call you in a few. Now, Cheney denies all of this. He says, nope, I never took part in this. Don't even know who Hall is. Don't even know this guy. That was all in May, okay? Then we come to June. In June, the Daily Beast obtained text messages implicating the former Coffee County Republican chair, a woman named Kathy Latham, which is the Kathy who was on the phone with Scott Hall that the other woman was referencing. Latham is also one of the fake Trump electors who is right now under investigation for that part of it. On January 7th, Latham texted Cheney and she said, quote, team left Atlanta at 8, 5 members led by Paul Maggio. Scott is flying in. Maggio is an executive at a computer forensics and data storage firm called Sullivan Strickler. The Daily Beast also interviewed Hampton, the elections supervisor. And she told them that Cheney and Latham were present while this breach was underway. And Hampton said that she told her assistant, quote, I told her, you sit over there. You don't say anything. You don't know what's going on. Now, following the breach, Cheney texted Hampton and said, hey, we should switch to communicating on the encrypted messaging app called Signal. These people were awfully secretive, considering that they didn't think they were doing anything wrong, right? But I think everyone was worried about being thrown under the Trump train, because the dam started to break. As soon as this one woman came forward, everybody started to talk. The same month that all of this surfaced, a cybersecurity executive named Benjamin Cotton admitted to accessing Georgia election equipment. His admission was part of a sworn declaration that was involved in another civil suit in Arizona that's related, but not directly involved. As you may recall, Cotton and his company Cipher were brought in to assist in the Arizona fraud. They were brought in with the cyber ninjas. So that was in June. In part 2, I'm going to share the most recent revelations about this breach with you guys, including the fact that this was in Georgia, was just part of a larger coordinated effort to illegally access voting equipment in numerous states. And I'm going to share with you guys what was found on newly revealed surveillance camera footage. Some of these people appear to be lying their asses off. So be sure to check out part 2.